What's poppin'? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Seattle's most famous Dominican. It's your boy Jaysea. What's poppin'? We on here on Run That Back.
Chopper man down. Sharks will maintain. Been a team, we don't do handouts. You'll respect us, pay us when we got our hands out. Don't play with my money, shit ain't funny. Get to airing out, I spray them down.
First up, how you doing today?
Shit, man, can't complain. Just got off of a shift, you know. It's a little tired. Been up since 4:30 in the morning, but
what'd you
we
do for
here.
work?
I'm a warehouse lead. So like I run a whole floor of people. Fulfill shipments, orders, groceries, local groceries, supermarkets, all that type of stuff. And I basically make sure everything's running smooth. I swallow my pride, man. If I gotta have a 9 to 5, you know, I ain't with that life no more. So I gotta get that 9 to 5, get that real money, make sure that the family's still safe, and then obviously support the dream.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot. Do you put a lot of, or do you try and put a lot of money into your music, other than like production and stuff?
I mean, a very influential person once told me it all comes down to you. How much you put in is how much you're going to get out of it. So, in all honesty, I put everything that I possibly can put in to this music because, like, in all honesty, this is what I really want my life to be. So, why not? Yeah. Like, I look at it more as like an investment rather than like, me just spending all this money on studio time and this. No, man. This is more of an investment for like my future. Just like a stock, just like anything. Like if you truly want to have real money, you truly want to have like real livable money, you have to put money in. Like you're not just gonna, whether it's physical labor, whether it's, mental stability, whether it's like, money, like you have to put some sort of energy in, so to get a return out of it.
Yeah, definitely understand that. I know you said you're Dominican. Are you from Washington, I should say? No,
actually, I was born in New Brunswick, New Jersey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, East.
Yeah, boys from New Jersey.
Yeah,
crazy.
East Coast, man. East Coast.
Is that where you're from, Vic?
Mountainside, New Jersey.
Oh, there we go. Mountainside, New
okay.
Jersey. A little up there.
You miss it?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. We moved out of here because it was too like claustrophobic over there. You know what I mean? Like as we were talking about earlier, that whole East Coast, man, it's just a lot of people congested. You can't necessarily you need to have money in order to have space. If that makes sense. Like you'll always be right next to somebody. You'll always have people around you. You always have people in your business.
And down there, it's like there's so many people. There's probably not a whole bunch of opportunities. So
yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of competition and stuff. And then it's a whole I love it, but for other people, it could be like a culture shock because there's so many melting pots. You got Dominicans on one block, you got Jamaicans on the other, then you got Haitians over here a couple blocks up, then you got Cubans over there, then you got Koreans over there, then you got straight up, man. I'm telling you. So my mom, she's a very peaceful woman, and she likes her privacy. So East Coast, it just wasn't it. Washington, you get a nice piece of land or whatever, the neighbors are quiet, you don't gotta worry too much out here. So some people are nosy, don't get me wrong, but the majority of the time you can find a way to deal with it or to manage that, Down there, fuck no, you're gonna have to fight. Yo, over there, man, they use horns to talk, bro. Over here, somebody honks at you, you give them the middle finger, this and that. Over there, that's literally how they drive. They don't, get the fuck out the way. Hey, fuck you. And then they just go about the business.
If you got a problem, they'll really stop the car.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
No, they'll cut you off. Swear to God, even go on YouTube and type New Yorker road rage. You'll find so many people they'll literally speed up, cut you off, and get out the car and start cussing you out or what? Oh yeah.
What? Yeah.
Straight up. East Coast is for real. Don't get me wrong. You can go to East Coast with me and be all right, but if you're new, just lay low.
Where did you get most of your, you know, kind of musical influence from?
I grew up with a lot of like reggaeton. I grew up with a lot of like Latin music, you know, bachata, all that stuff. So that like uppity beat style was like embedded in me, like, you know, the dance, the club hits, all this stuff. But I didn't really like that type of, well, reggaeton, I love that shit, you know, but bachata, salsa, all that stuff, nah, that really wasn't my lane until I found hip hop. That rap and hip hop, like that kind of like was like the closest thing that resembled reggaeton, because you would bang that shit at the club. It's uppity, you know, it gets you vibey and it gets you dancing, but at the same time, if you really like listen to it, like it means something, you know, like they're speaking like to a woman, or like they're speaking about, you know, depression, or like a car crash that they lost a friend, like it's always like real shit. Like rap kind of veered off in that sort of way, you know, whether like now like some people are just talking about pure bullshit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sure. But like Latinos, they always have that, like they always know how to just speak, you know. That's regardless of if you understand it or whatever, like just listen to like their tones and all that stuff, like they really know how to like deliver emotion through lyric.
Do you know how to dance like salsa, or do you know how to like
Oh, I know how to do everything.
Oh.
These hips are like 14 years old still, you feel me? Like I can still move. Dancing, believe it or not, like acting and dancing were like my first love. So like all growing up, like I was always dancing. Break dancing was like my main, you know, because back.
You got any like music videos with you dancing in them or no?
No, not yet. We're in the works of a couple, because I tend to get a little too faded during my music shoots.
Like faded, or you be
both.
Shots?
Both.
I be getting faded, and I'm not even in the music video.
You feel me? You feel me? Now imagine you being in them. It's like, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? Hey.
What are some projects you have that you know you're proud of? You know,
I was very proud of my album, my first album that I released. It's called FREELAND Reject. And I released it back in like January, and it was like my first ever like complete project that like I didn't rush. I wasn't like, it was all just organic. Every collab on there was organic. Like we never rushed anything. Everything, like, I wouldn't say that like things were not planned, but like it just happened just so smooth. Nice. And then throughout like a whole entire like year of just me just working, because apparently I don't keep track of anything. I just like to do music and post it, you know. Yeah. But a friend of mine, he actually like kept track of how many drops I had one year, and I think in 2019, or it might have been 2020. But I dropped like 28 singles or something like that. Yeah.
That's literally like a single every other week. Just 56 weeks a year.
Oh yeah. And he was right. He was right. I went back to my little distro kit or whatever, and I actually counted all my releases, and I was like, damn it. And that was before the album too. And the album is 14 songs.
Oh wow.
So.
And what's the name of the album called?
FREELAND Reject.
FREELAND Reject.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that has to be like my most proud like project, because like I put my heart and soul into it, obviously, as I always do, but like everything was just perfect. All my homies were on the album too, so like that was like one of like my first ever goals, was to like have a complete album, not like a mixtape, not like just something thrown together or whatever and just call it an album. Like, no, just a nice buff up generated album with all my homies on it, to be my first ever debut album. Can't get any better than that.
That's crazy. You guys were having a good time out.
Oh, absolutely. That's what made it like the best. Like, I don't care if that album never pops off how I wanted to or whatever. Like, just the fact that project will forever stand as my number one, with all my homies on there. No matter what happens to me, there's a project out there, out in the world, that has all my homies on it, that you guys can like truly like experience what we went through as a group.
Mm-hmm. That's dope. That's what's up. Is there a song like off of that album that you? Well, man, it's been great. We definitely appreciate you coming on today. Are there any closing remarks that you have, for the city or just for your fans?
Shit, man. You know where I always be, the 206, but I'm everywhere. From the 206 to the freaking 5, to the 253, to the Arlington, I don't know what area, to the 425s and all that shit. So I'm everywhere, but I just want y'all to know I truly appreciate y'all having me on here. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for this. On the wave, we out here. Run that! You know how it is. It's your boy Jaysea representing for the 206. We out here.
Yes, sir.
Musa on the beat. Man down, chop a man down. Sharks will maintain, been a team, we don't do handouts. You'll respect us, pay us when we got our hands out. Don't play with my money, shit ain't funny. Get to airing out, I spray them down.